Andy, it's your girl. Hide your wives, hide your kids. I'm coming to Denver, Andy. I'm going to fuck all your friends. I'm going to do all of your drugs. Fuck yeah, let's do this. I can't wait. I'll see you soon.
Andy Frasco, Kanika Moore, Super Flamingo. I am at Midway leaving summer camp, and I just realized that I'm missing you. This is probably a good thing because I feel like you're going to burn down summer camp, and I don't want to be any part of that. I love you. Please have a good time. Don't hurt anybody, especially Ryan Stasik. We need to work with him in the future. I love you. You're a monster, and you smell like chicken. Bye.
Oh, that was.
I had my phone in my hand. I didn't say I was running.
All right, Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast. I'm Andy Frasco, and this is my co-host, Nick Gerlach. And after a week of sleep, I feel great.
Yeah, you look great, too.
Wow. It's amazing what sleep does.
Yeah, it's really good for you.
Why is it so good for you?
It replenishes all these, like serotonin in your body, doesn't it? I'm not like I don't know that much about sleep, actually, what it does.
But I'm feeling jacked up. I had a full day of sleep.
It's a serotonin thing.
Yeah. I feel good. How you doing?
That's why you, like, when you take ecstasy, you feel really bad, like 3 days later, because you're depleted of serotonin.
Ah, so it's like kind of like a recharge.
You get mad just like when you don't have sleep. It's a similar anger.
Well, whoever invented sleep, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but also, God,
let's go. Let's fucking go sleep.
Yeah, but think how many more rental companies you could start if you didn't have to sleep 8 hours a day.
I'm starting to realize this is a bad idea, this rental company.
Oh, like I said immediately? What's the first thing I said?
Work.
What's the first thing I told you? I said, oh, another 18 emails a day for blah, blah. And what's happening? Exactly what I said.
Yeah, another 25 emails.
That's not propaganda at all.
Yeah, but I think once everything gets rocking and rolling, it'll be fine.
It will, but that's a hill. You got to climb that hill, baby.
Yeah, I know. Well,
another challenge.
Might as well put another fucking challenge on my belt buckle.
Yeah.
Speaking of challenging, company. This fucking is Stasik hot drama.
Drama
has gone a little too far.
First of all, he's the original. Just so you guys, if you're newer, he's the original hot guy.
He was the first hot guy. People never. Why doesn't he remember that we were the first?
He's on Mount Rushmore still.
He is on Mount Rushmore of hotness.
Him? Who is our Mount Rushmore of hot guys?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Band scene.
I'd say for sure Stasik.
What about Gator?
I mean, Gator's hot. He's young.
That's a thing.
Give the young guys the Mount Rushmore.
When I think of Mount Rushmore, I don't think of young guys. I think of accomplished men. Who have, own slaves, some of them, okay?
Shut the fuck up.
They also did win a couple wars. One of them, stopped it.
The Mount Rushmore of hotness of the jam scene is a thing, and I think we should debate it, discuss it. For Stasik's for sure on it. I don't know why you think so
100% the George Washington of the hot guy thing.
I'd put Andy, if we're calling the OGs, Andy Hall. String Dusters.
Oh my God, I
just
saw them. That guy, I was like, this guy looks like he should be a sideman in Tycho. He's so hot.
He's hot.
He does not look like he should be in a bluegrass band at all.
3 other people.
I'm willing to put him on there if we're including bluegrasses. 2 other people. There's 4 people on Mount Rushmore.
For sure.
Holy shit. Do you think there's 5 people on Mount Rushmore? There's 4.
4. Oh, for the jam. I thought there's 5 Rushmores.
No.
I can't even.
Well, there's the 4 guys on Mount Rushmore.
I got to see in history.
Do you know the 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore?
Fuck. Do I? Washington.
Yeah.
Lincoln.
Yep.
Kennedy?
Oh, my God.
No?
They're all older. They're all before 1900.
Oh yeah. Franklin. Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin? No. We'll get to that later.
All right, we're done. No, I'm embarrassing myself.
Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. It's Washington, Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson.
That's who I was thinking about.
And Teddy Roosevelt. One of my favorite presidents. Favorite president. Cool. I love Teddy Roosevelt. He invented the national parks.
That Teddy Roosevelt mustache is in now. Everyone's got
Dude, give it a rest with the mustache, guys. You look like you drive a white van. And
I want a mustache.
You look like the bad guy in Lovely Bones.
Speaking of mustaches, I think Stasik has a mustache right now.
Well, it's different. He can do it. Once you have 2 kids, it's over.
We should zoom in Stasik.
I want to get to the bottom of this. What's the deal here?
Should we? Here, I'm gonna send him the Zoom link to see.
Damn, I gotta think about this Mount Rushmore hot guys.
We will. Let's talk to him why he thinks he's so insecure.
I really like that Lovely Bones joke I just made. I just want to go back to that.
Pretty good. All right, I sent him the Zoom link. Yeah. Let's see if he answers. But while he answers, who else is on the Mount Rushmore of hotness?
Ooh. I think you can only have one on for these guys, right? You can't have more than one.
You can't have more than one.
That would actually Joel Cummins is in the running.
He didn't, but
his body, man. Anyway,
he's got body. Let's add the young kids too. Rick.
A young Rushmore. Rick is so hot. I think he's like. He's like 30. He's not that young.
Yeah, he's hot.
He's just so hot that we got to put him on there, I think.
Yeah, so if we're going to put him on there,
I'm willing to bet
that
he's going to be hot for the rest of his life.
So it's Rick, Gator.
Yep.
Then we got to get the OGs, Stasik, Andy Hall.
Yeah, that's
Who's the fifth?
There's only 4 people on Mount Rushmore. We just went over that, actually.
Okay, so 2 new, 2 young. I like that move.
Yeah.
There's our Mount Rushmore.
I want to start, dude, we should start a history podcast, me and you. Where I just tell you stuff and you're like, what? You're like, that happened.
I don't know nothing. Oh, it says Ryan Stasik wants to join.
Hell yeah.
Attach it. Allow it. Hell yeah. He's in. Wow. Look at us being futuristic with our podcast. Ryan Stasik. Wow.
Whoa.
Ryan Stasik on the show.
Hey. Great piece.
Let's go. Wow. So let's talk. I just want to, open the can of worms. We do think you're hot, Ryan. I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard there's some sort of, you're mad at us.
No, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
Hey, okay.
I'm laying.
To be clear here, everything I'm getting is secondhand from Andy. So clear it up.
Yeah. So hot is a state of mind. And there's always going to be a quicker gun, a younger chap. I'm just laying on leopard doing my thing.
Damn. See, that's hot.
So we never said you're not hot, though. Andy said that you said that we think you're not hot now.
I'm just laying on leopard.
No. Here's how you know. You ask your kid, and it's weird. And I asked my kid, I was like, hey, you think I'm hot? And she's like, no, gross. Mom's gross. Hot.
Oh.
Well, I think it's way less weird to say your mom's.
Hey, let's talk. Hey, is dad hot?
Oh God!
She wants no part of this shit.
Leave her alone.
She wants no part of this shit.
Let her. She's got homework, man.
We were thinking about you're a man of your sexuality too. We're putting the hot list, the Mount Rushmore of hot in the jam scene. We added you.
We added. He was first. He's our George Washington.
You are George Washington of hotness in the jam scene. Just let you know.
And then Abraham Lincoln is what's his face from
Abraham Lincoln's Andy Hall.
No, he's Thomas Jefferson.
He's Thomas Jefferson.
Abraham Lincoln is Rick. He's got such a Lincoln.
Yeah, we put 2 young guys.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham
Lincoln. Yep.
Who would you put on your Mount Rushmore of hotness in the jam scene?
Don't say Joel.
You can't say don't say Joel when the answer's Joel.
Yeah, you're right. It's fucking Joel.
Well, no, because
we can't have 2 Humphreys dudes
can't have 2
in
guys
the Mount Rushmore. That's called communism.
All right.
Yeah.
Then here's what we'll do. I will kindly step down from this stupid.
Hit the button.
What the fuck?
How do you know
you can't step down from hotness?
Stupid.
You'll never not be hot.
I'm gonna let Joel. I'm gonna let Joel be the hot guy. He deserves it. He deserves it. And then we'll add another.
Okay. Who else you got?
Well, can I add my stepson Brett Robertson? Does he count as a jam band?
I don't know who that is.
Who's that? Who's Brett Robertson?
My stepson in Death Kings.
No, that's a rock band. No, that's not a jam band.
That's not a jam band. That's your rock project.
Yeah, he's not
metal. It's metal.
Metal project. Yeah.
Okay.
It's ska, but
by
whatever.
the way, FYI, that set was so dope. Death Kings, bro.
Dude,
can we
just get the whole Sunday was fucking ridiculous.
So fun.
The special, you guys. I mean, Victor Wooten and his brothers. They were the Smashing Pumpkins. There's a lot of good shit going on. That was just Sunday.
I know.
That was
you did
a
good job.
Sunday.
I'm gonna clap it up for you, Ryan. Working 10 sets.
What about I have a nominee.
11.
I have a nominee.
Who?
The drummer in Sound Tribe. What's his last name again?
Franca?
Oh yeah, Zach.
No, Zach.
Get Zach up there.
Zach's hot.
Yeah.
Zach's hot. You know what? He's hot. Andy's an older. We need another older guy because he's been around. Andy's got gray hair.
Don't call Stasik old in front of his face.
Older.
He's not old.
He's older than 25-year-olds. You know, he can admit that.
Hey, Mickey, happy birthday.
Yeah. She does not want to be on this.
She's like, I don't want nothing to do with that.
I don't want to be on this.
You answered.
Okay,
I did.
Stasik, okay. By the way, I think you need to add Shawn Eckels to Death Kings.
When he's around, he's going to join us for sure, man. The guy's born for metal. That was super fun. That was to hit deep in the cockles of my heart. I had a good time.
He's a rock god.
He's a rock god. Did you watch me and Mike Dillon start the pit for you guys?
Yes, and let's put Mike in there. We're gonna get an old guy in there.
He's got a great body.
I did not even think about that. Mike Dillon is fucking hot.
He is hot.
It's also being knighted when he comes to your set, he listens to it, and then starts a fucking mosh pit. That's to me. That's hot.
I agree. That is hot.
I feel like that
is hot.
I feel like if that happens, they should double your pay.
Yeah, if Mike Dillon shows up and likes the punk music you're doing, he should. Yeah, you
boom,
should get double.
Immediate bonus.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Ian about that.
Let's put that back. Let's tell Ian that next year.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, thanks for being on the show. I just wanted to clear things up. We do think you're hot. You are the Mount Rushmore. You are the OG of hotness. You are hot. You are the hot jammed guy. Okay,
George Washington.
You guys.
Oh, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Andy earlier, I made him guess who all the president are on Mount Rushmore. His third guess was Ben Franklin.
All right, okay, we're done. We're done. He went to Notre Dame, okay? I went to San Francisco State.
He finished too. What was your other guess? Kennedy. That was Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy.
He also guessed Kennedy.
All right. Stasik, go be a dad. I know you have 2 days off. Go do your thing. I love you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Bye. I love you.
Love you. Tell the kids I say hi. There it is. Wow. Well,
First
that
of all,
was cleared up.
He's not off Mount Rushmore. Doesn't work like that. You don't get to decide who isn't.
You know what?
If you're not on or not, we decide.
This segment is, by the way, sponsored by Repsy.com.
Repsy.com. Get booked.
Get booked. You can find a bunch of those bands on Repsy.com if you want to book bands, if you want to, get your venue out there. Go sign up for Repsy.com and go eat some dialed-in gummies one more time because we didn't really promote them really well last week, and we should because they take care of our show.
You're a little tie-tie.
I was a little tie-tie, and I do love some dialed-in gummies. You want one?
Mm-hmm.
How about we take a dialed-in gummy and then book a tour?
What do you mean?
We'll eat one of these and we'll book your nationwide tour.
Start
using
sending
Repsy.com.
Oh yeah, get it right in that mic when you're chewing it.
I think that's the hottest.
I like to
hear.
I like to bite little pieces off and just suck on it for a while.
Wow, what a fucking opening for Cory Henry.
What flavor is that?
This is like pineapple.
Cory Henry, I forgot he's on the show today.
He's on. I love Cory Henry.
Genius, a true genius.
This is going to be a great episode. We talked for about an hour.
I saw him play the other day.
I didn't realize he was such a huge basketball fan. I didn't realize how he got famous when he was like 4.
He was like one of those child prodigy genius types.
So for episode 2 of the Bonnaroo,
he opened the Pigeons Red Rock show.
Yeah, was he good?
Yeah, he's amazing.
What did he do? Full band?
It's like an organ trio. I was like walking up, so I mostly heard it. I think it's an organ trio.
It's probably what it was when he did it. We interviewed him when he was in Japan. Probably same band.
He's been singing more too.
So you can catch him at Bonnaroo. So guys, go to Bonnaroo. This is a Bonnaroo episode. Another headliner we're about to interview. Cory Henry's the shit. You know Cory Henry. He was in Snarky Puppy. He was one of the producers of Kanye, Donda.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking insane. He's worked with everyone, and he's one of the best. He is, I think, personally, is the best organ player in the game.
Yeah,
100%.
One of them.
And I loved it. So, you ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
I'm ready. Thank you for being all the friends on the show tonight. Bonnaroo is gonna be sick. I'm stoked for it. Started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh yeah.
Ooh, you're getting there.
I'm almost there.
I've been taking vocal lessons.
All right, enjoy Cory and everybody.
No, it's if I threw you a party.
If I threw. Okay, enjoy Cory Henry. We're listening to Little Gospel before we hear the real story.
We should call more people in the closing.
Yeah, we will. All right, next up on the interview hour, we have Cory Henry. Yes, one of my favorite organ players on the planet. He's amazing, man. He is one of the GOATs, and he's just getting better and better, and he's singing now, and he's doing the whole 9. We did this interview in Japan. He was in Snarky Puppy. He was like one of the dopest church organists in Brooklyn. It's just, his story is amazing. We go through it all. Hey, Chris, play a little Cory Henry while we're pimping him out for the Bonnaroo episode. You're going to love this one. He loves basketball, and we hit it off so well, and I think we're going to be friends for a long time because he is the GOAT, and I'm going to make sure we're friends for a long time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the interview hour, Mr. Cory Henry.
Clean my camera off.
How's it going out there?
And it's been going great. Everything is going great. Can't complain.
Where's your residency at?
At the Billboard Live
in
Tokyo. Oh, right now it's in Tokyo, but they have we're also playing Yokohama and also Osaka Billboard Theater.
Let's go. What do you like about Japan so far?
Say what?
What do you like about Japan so far?
What do I like about Japan so far? Probably the people. The people. You know, there's just such a warm hospitality amongst the people that I've been meeting and being around, and they take very good care of us while we're here. I'm going to get out in the next few days, and I've been told that there's so many exclusive things to check out and things to buy that are not in America. So I need to go see that as well. The culture, though, you know, the culture here is just different, and it's it's nice to be around.
What do you think we could learn from the Japanese culture that we could bring back into our community?
Man, I don't know. It's probably a lot of things actually. But one thing is courtesy, gentleness, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
We've been playing, for instance, we've been playing these shows, and I was told right before the first show that, you know, the Japanese people here, they respect music in a way where they don't make noise during the shows, you know? And which is much different than how it is in America. Because when we hype about music, we're like, yeah, whoa, you better play. Just screaming on top of the music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think, you know, granted, I kind of come from that culture, so I really love when people scream at me when I play. But there is a certain respect and gentleness about when performing, how people are listening and taking in the music and receiving it. So. Yeah,
was it hard to adjust? You know, when you're used to like getting like screamed at, like let's fucking go, and then all of a sudden like you're like, oh my god, am I not playing good or what's going on?
A little bit, but I wouldn't say it's hard to adjust, especially for the type of music that we're playing. We're doing more of my quote unquote jazzier stuff, I should say. So it's more listenable anyway, you know. But if we was out here with the party energy with the full band, I'd probably be like, yo, y'all need to get up and dance and sing along, you know?
All right, time's up. Let's get up here. Let's go get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's great, man. I want to talk about the early years. Like, I heard you started playing B3 when you were 2. Do you mind giving me one of your first memories of just being on that organ?
One of my earliest memories is watching my mama. She played several different instruments. I grew up in the church, New York, Brooklyn, New York, Unity Temple, my family's church. And I remember when she was getting ready for a rehearsal or something like that. And she taught me my first song, which was Amazing Grace. And I had an opportunity to play that song, once a month at the fifth Sunday or something like that. I think it was fifth Sunday for the youth Sunday, which is only 3 Sundays in a year or something like that.
Crazy.
I did that for about a year or two until I learned some more songs and then had almost like a full-time job playing at church. And I remember that very well, learning choir songs and, being in church all the time and practicing. And I never forget my mother, she kind of showed me the code of music and how it responds, how it affects people. And I grew up in a very charismatic, animated church. So when they heard music that they like, I was just impressed by how they moved. When I played a certain chord, the church goes, ah! And I still use those principles to this day. You know, when I was playing 3 years old.
What did your mom teach you about music and life that you could feel that are parallel now as you are older in your life?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Mainly because my mother, she transitioned when I was very young, you know, so life lessons, you know, came in very like much later, you know. But I guess the one thing is the consistency, you know, the attention to detail. The more that I paid attention to the things that I really, really cared about and was trying to focus in as a musician, the better I became as a musician. And I see that same principle in life, you know, when it comes down to just trying to get my life together, you know, working out and doing business with people and things like that.
Is that stuff hard for you?
Which part?
The business, doing business with people and stuff, you know?
It could be difficult. Yes, absolutely. It's probably the most difficult part of the music, actually. You know, the music business, the business of music is the most difficult part to deal with, especially when you're dealing with people that are coming from different paths and have different agendas, their whole thing. So,
yeah, you seem like you collaborate with a lot of people. It must be, you know, how you approach different artists. Let's say Kanye versus Snarky Puppy or something. You know, it's like, what are we gonna do? So, how do you, as a musician and as you're backing up these groups or leading these groups in production and live, what's your approach on every artist?
Oh, every artist is different. Every artist have their own, you know, way of doing things, and my approach is to be open. You know, to be, you know, like water, like, you know, to be ready for anything that's supposed to come, that's going to come, because everybody have their different, you know, when I played in Snarky Puppy or with Snarky Puppy, you know, my role in that group was, you know, I call it the Steve Kerr role.
Yeah, know, like, 6th man of the year, baby.
6th man, you know what I mean? You know, you know, or but playing, and you know, when I worked with Kanye, it was a different role. It was, you know, more like Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, or something. You know, it was much more. I mean, and it was we worked on a record, you know, so that's a different in itself. But I was just, you know, ready to just kind of change it up, and I listened to so much music, like, you know, from jazz to rap to R&B to whatever else, gospel, whatever. So I've always wanted to be able to be in those situations to kind of do it all, you know what I'm saying? And then at least having a chance to do my own thing more consistently, I take all of those other experiences and kind of put them in my own melting pot to create my own thing, you know?
Is it hard for you to say no?
Maybe.
It seems like you're doing so much, Cory. You ever think about yourself?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I think I like to stay busy. I kind of like the idea of work, you know, at least the way I wanted to do it. Like I'm at a position now where I'm working in my own let's say, like, I'm working under my own workflow. You know, there's nobody that's, you know, making me do any of this. You know, I just kind of feel good about saying, oh, if I like the music or if I like the person, or if there's something that helps the both of us or help me, that I'm down to do it. And most of the situations that I'm saying yes to are like that. I really don't take situations or take music. I don't take jobs, if you will, that I don't like.
How long did it take you to like have that power? Or were you like that your whole life? It's like you always done things you've always wanted to do. Or did you learn that trait later in life?
For the most part, it's been since a teenager.
Really?
You know, since I've when I was growing up playing in Brooklyn and playing around the tri-state area, I was called to churches and a lot of friends that were MDs for gigs, or whatever have you. It was just like, oh, I get to choose. I didn't do the audition thing. I maybe went to maybe 2 auditions in my entire life, and I didn't even get those gigs. Crazy.
What? Which gigs were they?
I remember I auditioned on drums for a R&B singer. I can't remember her name right now. Not LMA. It was another one. It was in New York. I remember this vividly, and I was like, man, I was there on drums or something else, so that's probably why I didn't get it. But also there was another one for Bruno Mars that I won't forget. That was maybe about 12 years ago when he was first coming on, or something like that.
What happened? Did you just audition and they just didn't feel it, or did you feel like you flopped the fucking interview?
No, you know what happened was I nailed what I was supposed to do, but I was very involved with church at the time. So Bruno was about to go on tour, and my boy Omar Edwards, my big brother, shout out to Omar Edwards. I believe he was the one who called me and said, yo, Cory, I want you to do this thing. And I was like, okay, cool. I can do the whole run, which was like a month and a half tour, something like that.
Yeah.
But I told him, I got to go on Monday because the day before that Monday or whatever day they were supposed to start, I committed to like a big church convention with like thousands of people, whatever. And I was like, yo, I got to do this church thing. Matter of fact, it wasn't thousands of people. I take that back. But there was a big church thing.
Hell yeah.
It was probably 100 people, to be honest. It wasn't that many people. But I committed to it. And I said, I got to do this. I can't get out of it. But I can leave on Monday, first thing Monday. And it's like, yo, man, if you can't do all the dates, you can't do the thing. And I was like, damn, I could have been Bruno Mars MD,
Oh my God, dude. That's wild.
I could, I could have been.
Is loyalty important to you, or is your word important to you? I mean, it seems like it is.
Yeah, it is very important. It is very important. At that time, though, I don't think it was more about loyalty. It was just, about my word, rather. It was the loyalty to the church. I was so heavy in church at that time that, like, calling the church and telling them that I couldn't make it was a big deal. Like, I didn't know how, I was going to be received. Most of my family or friends, everything, they was all involved. And I remember missing at the same time, I remember having a club gig in a city and missed a service or something like that. And people was doing all this talking, like, oh man, you ain't anointed no more and all this stuff because I missed the service. So I had all of this pressure.
Yeah,
guilt. It was more pressure than it was loyalty in the word. But to answer your question, yes, my word is huge to me, and loyalty is important to me. So is the church still important to you, or is it have you like graduated from it being a full devotion, or is it still a big part of your life? No. I've kind of graduated and moved on, but it is important to me from the sense of it's changed. Before it was about music and even spirituality.
Yeah.
But now it's not about any of that. It's about fellowship. It's about seeing my family and my friends. It's like going to a party. And it's like this is where we commune at. This is where we have fun at. I don't really attend church as much now or at all, unless I'm going to my grandma's church to hang out, which Mother's Day 2 weeks ago.
You went?
Yeah, I went and I played too, which is another thing. I don't really play in church at all.
Oh my God, tell me about this. I bet it was like a homecoming, bro.
It was incredible. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna hold you. I haven't played at my grandmother's church in years. And even when I go to visit her, I go sit with her in the pews. Like I just go hang out, you know. But for some reason, I was in New York. Not for some reason. I was in New York playing the Blue Note with Stanley Clarke. And it happened to fall in on Mother's Day, which was just perfect. So I was like, I'm gonna go to my grandmother's church and hang out. But when I got there, I was like, man, it's Mother's Day. I want to, my grandmother comes to my shows, but I don't really, do the church thing as much. So I told my little sister who plays the organ there, who's also a mother, I said, take Mother's Day off. I got you today. And I was dialed in like I was 12, 13 years old. I mean, from the prayer to the scripture reading, I was playing all these songs. And, it was so nice for me personally to see what I was talking about earlier in terms of like, people reacting, like it really touched me. I was like, man, I miss this because church isn't the same now like it was when I was growing up in terms of the type of songs they sing, the way people act and stuff like that. So when I go to my grandmother's church, which is exactly how it was when I was growing up,
awesome.
It's like therapy. It's like, it was just fun. I played the whole service and I had a ball and then went to my gig that night. It was almost like I was, I used to do that when I was 16, 17, 18 years old. I used to get up in the morning, church in the morning, 6 a.m., 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and then go do a night service at like 4 or 5 or something like that, and then go to the underground to go play the open mic in the village. And I had one of those experiences, and it felt so good. I can't even front. It felt so good to do that one more time again.
Isn't it amazing, like when you take a break from it for a second, because at first it was probably burning you out, when you're younger, doing all those gigs. You take a break from it and then come back and you're rejuvenated.
Yeah, when I took, I ain't gonna say it. Yeah, I took a break, but I left. It wasn't a break. I really left.
Oh, so you're done. You're completely done with it.
Yeah. Like I said, like it's not about.
So is it like the politics?
It was so many things. Politics is one of them, maybe not the biggest of them, but I think as a man, when I started becoming a young man, I started seeing things very differently, drastically differently, and I had to get away from it because it started changing the way I was perceiving life, the way I was having relationships with friends, with anybody, business, whatever the case is. I learned so many different things out of the church, mostly good, some bad, and I had to get myself out of that to find my life for myself as a man growing up in this world.
Hell yeah. So give me an example of like when you started getting older and you're seeing the same situations you saw as a kid, but now as a man, and the philosophy of your brain was changing with the same, because, it's the same thing over, it's a full circle thing. You're just more not, it's like ignorance is bliss in a sense. So now that you're a man and you saw the politics, what was the first example you're like, wow, that's way different than I thought it was when I was a kid?
What's the first example?
Yeah, or what's the first thing that really hit you like, oh, this is not what I thought it was?
Man, okay, so I don't even know, because that's a deep thing. I think the one of the things that changed my narrative was seeing the ceiling. There was a certain ceiling that in church you had to be in a certain position to get to, and even when you get to that position, you're still like you're doing this. There's like you can't get through it. They like people would just be like, okay, this is your cap, and that's it for you. Like this is where we want you to stay. And every time I got that feeling, and mostly from preachers, because I was traveling with preachers a lot, every time I got that feeling, I was just like, no, this don't feel good. I don't subscribe to somebody telling me when to play or how to play. I never did. When I was a kid, and you can ask my grandma this. I just got from my grandma. Me and my grandma was talking about this. I mentioned Amazing Grace being one of the first songs I learned. And people in my church, the people in the church I used to go to, they used to be like, play it this way. They'd be like, we want to hear it this way. And I'm like, nah, I want to switch it up. I want to jazz it up sometimes, And I was getting that a lot when I was growing up. The other part was the money. There was a lot of money coming through church, and I made a lot of money in church. I ain't gonna front, but I realized that I did not want my checks and balances to be defined to me by the preacher, because what would happen is, if you do something crazy, like go out with a girl or something like that, or, some extracurricular activities that they don't like.
Yeah. I get it.
Your check can be messed with.
What?
They'll sit you down, or, I got all sorts of friends who had babies early, and when they had their baby, they had to sit down for, some months or a year or whatever. You know, I know people who had to sit down their entire pregnancy, you know, and it's like,
wow,
that ain't cool.
No.
You know, like no other job in America or in the world that I know of, that when you have a baby or when you do something that the church doesn't like, whatever. I'm saying baby because that's a big deal.
Big deal. Yeah.
Big deal. So like when you do something like that, you know, it's like the church is like, okay, no, you gotta get yourself together. And while you're getting yourself together, we're not gonna pay you. I'm like, nah, you're not gonna do that to me.
Yeah.
Let me go out here and get this, you know, get this worldly money.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's insane because I could see how that can be a problem. It kind of feels like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory syndrome. We got to break through the glass window, and everyone's afraid to break through the glass window for freedom. You know? Yeah.
Because because church is a big thing, and it's for a lot of people, and myself included, for a long time of my life. That's all I knew. You know, it's how I governed life. You know, even when I was at school and stuff like that, I was just acting churchy. I mean, and I still do act churchy because that's a part of me. But then it was different. It wasn't because like I was like being myself. It was because it was all I knew. Yeah. So when I got of age and had all these other opportunities to get outside, it just seemed like the thing I was supposed to do. And I would say this, when I was 5 years old, I never forget, 5 or 6 years old, I never forget playing at church this one time, and we was doing this video, and the preacher, one of the assistant pastors of the church at the time, after I got off the organ, came to me. He had the video camera. He was like, "Cory, you're gonna play for the church or the world when you get older. You're gonna play for the church or the world." Wow. And at 5 or 6 years old, I said the world. I said the world. Yeah. I had no clue what the world was. I only knew the four walls of the church at the time for those 5, 6 years of my life. But I always knew there was something bigger than that for me. And I'm just glad to be able to, follow my dreams and passions and see it come to fruition the way it is right now. Because, every time I'm out, on stage now and doing my thing now, I'm having my biggest joy. This is like the biggest of my happiness right now.
Let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about, Cory. Let's fucking go, big dog. Yo, that's wild. That's great. So you broke the... Okay, so I got one more question and we'll get out of the church world. What was that conversation like with your grandmother when you said, "Hey, I'm out"?
The first initial one, I think she was cool.
Because she always knew the world. I mean, you said the world.
Yeah, she knew, but she wanted to make sure, more importantly, that I was covered, that I was okay. I don't remember really having much pushback from my grandma or some of my family. I think most was in support, even if they didn't understand because they, never lived a life like this. But my grandma, to answer your question, is my biggest supporter and my best friend. That's my homie. And she understood and understands. And she was cool. She's been cool. Yeah.
What has she taught you about life so far?
Oh, every day she's teaching me. Every day she's teaching me about life. Maybe one of the biggest things I could probably point out is she has a saying that she tells me, I could be talking about anything about my life. And whether she understands or not, which most times she do, if not every time, she says, "Do Jesus." She says, do Jesus. And that's her way of saying, like, treat people the way you want to be treated. Like, do the best you can do in every one of these situations that you put yourself in. Like, treat people with love and respect and kindness. And that's a big deal to me, because I'm sure we all in situations, I put myself in situations where, things could turn crazy, and,
right.
And turn crazy. You want to then act crazy, and right. Normally when I do that, that's not the best thing to do. So.
No, I feel that, man. But we're kids. We don't know better.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, even to this day. Still.
So did you go to college in North Denton with all those cats?
No, I'm from Brooklyn. I didn't
Straight
go
Brooklyn.
to Denton. I met them in New York with my boy Sput, who was playing keyboard at the time. But he invited me to a Snarky Puppy show in Brooklyn, where there was more people on stage than there was in the audience. And
I don't doubt it, Doc.
No, it was
Where
crazy.
was the gig at? Where was like Rockwood or something?
Williamsburg Music Hall. No, not Rockwood. It was Williamsburg.
Music hall on Blythe.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So and then you guys, so what'd you see in Snarky Puppy that made you want to be in that band?
I never, my first gig was with Kenny Garrett, and I've played several gigs, when I got about 18, 19, 20 years old, with P. Diddy and Sean Kingston, some rap gigs. And all of those gigs was comfy. When I say comfy, they was like, nice hotel rooms.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
hell yeah.
Flying and,
Let's go. That's the shit I'm talking about.
It was, when I saw a Snarky Puppy, it was the absolute reverse, It was, 15 people in the van and everybody's like this, tight, 2 people in the room, 3 people in the room, all types of craziness. But the thing that got me was I never seen a group of people dedicate themselves to the music so much. Like in those other situations that I was in, they was all good and great musical situations, and I've learned so much from them coming up. But there was always, like a person or some kind of situation where things were just crazy, like maybe not crazy, but just different, where it wasn't about the music, I should say.
Yeah.
Somebody might just be about themselves or whatever the case is. And I didn't really know that or understand that then, but when I saw Snarky, I was like, whoa, like there's not a lot of egos happening. There's just the music. Like they all went to college together, so they was ready to just, buddy up and do that. But I never seen that. Even in the church stuff that I was into, it was like, wow, like Snarky, they knew they wasn't going to get paid. They knew nobody was coming to the shows. They didn't care. They like, no, we out here grinding from the ground up, no intent. But they, like really putting in the work, really practicing on this craft. Then there was, the fact that there was just, 15, 20 people playing parts. That was crazy to me. Like 4 keyboard players, but nobody's stepping on each other's toes. Everybody's like, oh, I'm going to play the string part. He's going to play the organ. He's going to, 10 horn players are like, And then the other thing that really got me too is like when somebody soloed, the whole band is supporting the solo. So I was like, I can kind of get with that. I don't remember joining a band though. I don't even know like when like that happened. That just kind of crazy. So I was like, just gonna take a solo. And the next thing I was like, we was on the bus to Philly or something.
Yeah,
like that.
you in Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's like
that's
crazy.
wild. Do you think Snarky? So you worked with Diddy and you worked with these producers before. Then you worked with Snarky. Do you think working with Snarky and working with like Diddy made you be able to work with Kanye?
I guess, but no.
No. What is he all about? Is he like a little bit of mixture of all about the music and business, or is he just all music? Like I never.
No, he's definitely a mixture. He's all about both of those things. He's a brand. He understands it. He's so full into everything he puts himself into, and that's one thing I really love about Kanye. Everything he puts himself into, like in terms of career, I should say, and artistic value, he dives deep. Fashion, he's deep into it. Like listen to him talk about the fashion world, which is something I don't really know about or not really paying attention to that much. It was like, wow, like that's incredible. I didn't know those things even existed the way that you're, that you're talking about. But the music, absolutely, is all the way in to the music. I watching him when we was making the Donda. When I first walked in the room, I never forget. They was playing music. They was playing one of the new songs, and his energy was through the roof. Like he didn't need a hype man. He was just like, giving people daps and stuff like that. And I was like, I love that. Yeah. I love that, especially as a creator, because sometimes I'm a little hard on myself or I'm over judging or whatever. But he was just in the moment, like, yo, this is what we did. It's hot, and this is it. And he's fully into the music, fully into the, the business, fully into the fashion stuff and whatever artistic, stuff that he puts in. And that's great. I think the thing, I would say, I think the reason why the Kanye thing works so perfect, it was so perfectly worked out for me because it wasn't about Snarky. It wasn't about Diddy or those other producers. It was about church,
that's what I was going to talk about.
So,
you understood it. You understood church.
It was right up my alley. It was like, it was just right up my alley.
It was a perfect gift. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Like, was it hard? Because you had all these hard feelings about the business of church, and these ideas of like how you've left the church to go back into this amazing situation with Kanye and write, kind of gospel hip hop.
Yeah.
Was it, were you having those bad feelings of church while creating the music, or did you let that be the past and just focus on the music?
See, so the thing is, there's a separation. So whatever the negative part that I talked about church or can talk about church, it doesn't have nothing to do with the spirit of church.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with the music of church.
Mm-hmm.
The music and the spirit of church is like high level. It's God to me. It's like getting the degree, when you go to college or something like that. Like, you go through all these crazy things, you get tests and whatever can have you, but you make it, you graduate, you get a degree, and you get to use that degree for the rest of your life or whatever job that you choose, Yeah. And that's how I feel about church. So like, when it comes down to gospel music, I still like it. When it comes down to, playing church songs, even by myself, if nobody's watching, it's like I can pull up a hymn and be like, this is, my connection to not just music, but to God. So getting in the Kanye situation, it was like, I was all in because I'm still deeply connected to gospel music. I'm still deeply connected to my roots as it pertains to church. That bad stuff don't got nothing to do with that. Don't got nothing to do with the church or whatever. And I can, I respect, put things in their places and respect these as they are. So it was right. Once I figured out what he was doing and how that was happening, I was like, oh, I'm all in.
This is my wheelhouse right now. Let's go.
This is a layup.
This is John Stockton from 3 Feet, man. Wow.
Layup. Yeah.
That is, oh man. Are you an athlete? Do you like basketball?
I love basketball. I think that, first of all, I played basketball in high school and I really wanted to go to the league.
Yeah.
And and if I didn't hurt my hand before a gig where I had to make the choice between music and basketball might have won. It's so important to me now where I connect almost everything I do musically to basketball.
Same here,
and if I was playing music right now, I would be a high school or college basketball coach, maybe an NBA coach if I was really into it. But I'm a big basketball head, and I talk about it all the time. So and I still play a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a musician as well. I play piano, but I'm a diehard Laker fan, and I see parallels. I see parallels in basketball and music. What are your parallels between music and basketball?
Oh, there's so many. But here's a few. I feel like music, depending on which piece of music, like the live stage. Let's talk about tour, like live music rather. I think live music is like fast break, Showtime, Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing. Every position on the floor correlates to a musical instrument. Like the power forward in the center is like the drums and the bass.
Mm-hmm.
The guitar is like the small forward to me, Or,
Why do you think the guitar is small forward?
Because it can get into the bass area. It can get into the lead area like a guard, like a point guard.
Mm.
In its most role, if it's not like somebody who's leading the band, in its role, it's like right in the middle. It's like it's that thing that kind of glues a lot of other pieces of the band together. because it has the rhythm aspect and it has the harmonic aspect, which small forwards is like, to me, like you can guard on defense, you can guard a point guard, if you're good at defense, like a Jason Tatum or Jimmy Butler. You might be able to guard a center if you're strong enough, at that, like a LeBron James, at the position. So I think the small forward is like guitar to me, and you can go crazy with all the effects and do all those things.
So what would be a shooting guard?
I feel like the shooting guard and the point guards are, keyboards or horns. Shooting guard might be like a horn, because the horns only have one thing to do, it's
and
like
shoot.
It's just shoot, We don't really want you to do anything else unless you really can. And I would say like the keyboards are normally the point guards. They know everybody's positions and in my case, lead the band. So
let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, our case,
I love it. What about you being a point guard for your own band? Are you intense?
Yeah. They're
like, oh, fuck. They ain't playing.
Intense.
You ain't playing.
Let's go. What we do? What y'all doing over there? I'm a little bit more chill now. I mean, I guess because I've been playing with my guys for a while, so I'm more chill. They know what I like to do and how I like to communicate and do things. But I'm very intense. I used to be way more intense when I was younger, though. I'm doing like, screaming at people or, making sure people get their thing together. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there was basketball mentality. I was like, what are we doing? Why am I playing like that? You know what I'm saying? Why you not on your notes? Why this the chord? You know what I'm saying?
Are you hard on? Like, yes. No, were you hard on Snarky?
No. Snarky was hard on me.
No shit.
Mike League, because I wanted to kind of like do things my way, which I did do, but I had to find their offense. I had to get in their triangle offense, literally, to become effective, because where I came from and what I was doing, even though it was good and it was scoring points for the team on these live shows and things that we was doing, Mike League was on who was the band director, band leader. He was like, man, nah, we need to be voicing these chords. There's 4 keyboards players for a reason. So if you add notes inside of some of those chords, it's kind of like a little cluttered. But coming from church, sometimes adding notes was like, that was a shit. It was like, yo, like, we playing these big chords, So I really learned, especially in that band, I want to say, it was like, yo, it's important if it's just a triad to just play the triad,
Man, you're like Magic Johnson. I've been watching Winning Time. I
got to start watching that.
You got to, man, because I've learned so much about him. Like just he is like the perfect improv artist.
Yeah,
he could play the center.
Yes,
he could do everything. I mean, that is like the perfect jazz cat to me.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree. I totally agree. He can do it all. And their fast break, the way Showtime Lakers fast break, that's jazz, but that's fast, that's music, that's live music. And because anything can happen, right? Like if you got people running with you, you can get the ball this way, you can get the ball that way. There's so many different things that happen, but it's not the same. I don't feel like any fast break is the same. So be ready to understand. He just knew like how to get people the ball in their positions to score. And that's, I like to think of myself as a mixture between Magic and Kobe.
Let's fucking go. 2 Lakers. I like that all day, Cory Henry. Let's go, big dog.
Let's go.
Oh, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you, bro. Thanks so much for your time. I'm a big fan. My band's playing with your band, with you guys a bunch this year. So hopefully let's get together and at least let's get a hug in, man.
Let's keep it going. It's a lot of basketball talk. I love that. I love when people know what I'm talking about when I make the references.
I'm in, man. I'm in. So,
Andy, you my home. That's what's up.
No, I appreciate that. Who's your team, man? You a Knicks fan?
No. No. Technically, I'm a Laker guy because of Kobe. And seeing what the Lakers did last year was just it's tough to deal with. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping that we get it together. But more than anything, I'm an NBA fan.
Yeah.
I like the Lakers, right? But I love watching I be watching the Sacramento Kings. I watch a lot of games. I just love watching the game of basketball. So
yeah, it is a beautiful sport, man, and it's underappreciated in our scene. Like we have this jam band fantasy league where we have like all these musicians from all these jam bands, and we're playing basketball and we're talking shit, and everyone knows their shit. And like, we all really believe that improv is, like you said, like a fast break. It is so true, man.
Yeah.
You ever meet like Kendrick Lamar or anything?
Not yet. I haven't met Kendrick yet, but I hope to meet him soon. I'm about to check out his record. I was just on Twitter and everybody is going crazy talking about his record. And I love To Pimp a Butterfly so much.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite rap album, like of all time. I don't know if it gets better. So I'm looking to hear this new one and looking to meet him.
Kamasi Washington, yeah?
Yeah, that's a homie.
Yeah, what do you teach you about music? Because he's just kind of in that same world too.
What did Kamasi teach me about music?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. But when I listen to him play, he's playing with heart.
Yeah.
He's playing with feeling. It's always heart. It's never like cute or just like I'm just up here. It's just like I feel the pain when he plays.
Yeah.
You know, I heard him play not too long ago, and I was just like, man, like everything you went through was in that performance, you know, and
right.
And that's inspiring to me to see, to hear him play. He's an amazing musician.
You're like that too, though, Cory, aren't you? Do you put your heart out there, or is it hard for you to be vulnerable on stage? It doesn't seem like it.
No. It's all heart for me. It's not even, you know, the skill stuff happens in my room when I'm practicing, and you know, it's like practice stuff. But when I get to the stage, it's like I'm just all feeling, all heart, you know, and just trying to play with myself, play from my soul, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about that.
You married?
Huh?
You married or anything? Girlfriend?
No, I'm running for my life.
Let's
running
go.
for my life.
What? Is it too hard to when you give your whole heart to music and everything else? Is it hard to find love?
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's hard to find love. It's just a matter of being willing to want to find love.
Yeah.
I've probably been in love twice in my life, and once or twice, and both being good experiences. I don't think the music got in the way of it as much. I think I got in the way of it. So now I'm learning myself a little bit more to understand how to marry the two and get it together. And once I, you know, find the right one, she's going to make me feel like music.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Well, like is it get out of your own way in a way when you're with someone? Like, you know, you said like it was me. Like, what were you doing? You realized that you weren't giving her enough attention or something. You said it was about you.
Yeah, it's just like being on the road is, you know, I feel like a superhero.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I feel that.
You know, I feel like Batman. And when you come home and have to deal with like real life, you're like, you know, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne. It's like a very different experience. And I think at the times of my life when I was, you know, trying to, you know, be in relationships and stuff like that, I didn't know how to appreciate the Bruce Wayne experience, if you know what I mean. And I wanted to keep it all Batman. So now I'm understanding that it takes both of those things to make the superhero, not just, you know, the cape and the superpowers. It takes the day job and the consistent, you know, want to develop the relationship in terms of, you know, talking and communicating and being vulnerable, you know, like when I'm on stage, it just automatically happens. Vulnerability happens.
Yeah.
Changes the music. But in relationships, it's not so automatic.
Yeah. It's so funny how that happens, man. Like we don't know how to be humans because we've traveled for so long, man. I've been on the road since I was 18 too. Been doing 200 plus shows. I know that. I'm like, I don't know how to be a fucking human.
like what's regular? And I probably during this, you know, pandemic season that we're in, I've learned so much about myself in terms of like, being home and doing the things that I, like, and trying to establish as a lifestyle.
Right.
It's kind of hard to get back on the road.
I know, dude. I've never been home for this long. I'm like, whoa, this is what people enjoy. I'm like, damn, what am I doing all this?
What? You know what I'm saying? I get to go to the gym every day. Like, whoa, like.
Is that why you did start doing lessons?
Huh?
Is that why you started like doing master classes and stuff?
That's one of the reasons. I really do have a joy, and I do find joy in trying to help people.
Mm-hmm.
With the music part. So that was a part of it too. But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of pivot in there where if I could, the moment that I started figuring out how to be successful at home,
I'm
like, whoa, let's do this a little bit more. I want to stay home and play NBA 2K.
Let's go, yeah. We getting old as fuck, Cory Henry. We old as fuck now, dog. We can't be rocking like this no more, bro.
You said 18, so yeah, that's a lot of years in the game of going crazy and just, being a superhero. So
okay, I got one last question. I'll let you go. Okay, philosophy and teaching. Who's your coach? Who's the coach?
Ooh. Also, I didn't give you a shooting guard. It's Jordan.
Oh, of course. I had a feeling. I kind of had a feeling it was just going to be Jordan.
Yeah.
What about Curry as a shooting guard?
I was going to say Curry though. I was thinking that, but
because he's got that shoot a point guard thing. If you need to switch and if you need some time, take a breather.
That's true too. That's true.
But MJ is the ultimate, dude.
Just ultimate. It's just like he's just a crusher, you know. Or it would be the other way. It would be like Bron at the 3 and Kobe at the 2. And then you probably got it all together. But I was going to say Kevin Durant. I was going to say Kevin Durant at the small forward, but that's the whole thing.
I thought you were going to put Kevin Durant at power forward because he could stretch it.
Yeah, that's actually the vibe. Kevin Durant because
he could shoot and
he can defend.
Yeah. Well, I just texted Kevin Durant and told him you're not on the list, so we can't go back. Brooklyn, damn, that's good for Brooklyn having Kevin Durant out there in Brooklyn's good for
Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I hope Kyrie too. They over there tripping, talking about maybe
they ain't gonna trade him. They're not gonna get nothing. They're gonna get Russell Westbrook if they're trying to trade him.
I might trade him for Anthony Davis, but that's another.
Well, no, you stay away from me, Brooklyn. You stay. No, I like the move.
They're not going to touch the floor till playoffs. I'd rather, you know what I mean.
I actually like that move because I don't trust Anthony Davis's knee.
I just don't. I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm over it too.
I'd rather get 2 or 3 good players or a Kyrie and be like, yeah, let's go, LeBron. Like, because LeBron still play. He still had a great season.
And low key, Russell Westbrook was the scapegoat. A little, it wasn't his fault all the way.
It was not his fault.
No.
Now, I don't like Vogel at all since we are now that we're in here. I didn't like Vogel when we won the championship.
No.
I thought
defensive-minded.
Yeah, I didn't think he was the right choice for that team. But Bron don't like to be coached, so I understand why he was there and why he's there.
I didn't like Vogel when it was Game 5 when he was Indiana Pacers when Paul George and they just flopped that series. They didn't know how to. Once they double teamed their star, they didn't know how to pass the ball to everyone else.
Didn't have a thing. Yeah.
All right. So who's your coach? If you don't think Vogel's the coach, who's the coach? Who is your all-time coach?
I want to say Phil Jackson, right?
Right.
Because I just like the triangle, and I like how he used other strategies outside of basketball to get people to.
Oh, like Buddhism and.
Mm-hmm. All those stretching techniques and everything. It was just so many stuff. I was like, man, that's just because it's more about that sometimes than it is about X's and O's. Once you get great players on the floor, it's about how to get them to play to their maximum capacity. And you don't even really have to tell a great player how to do that if they know how to play, but you do have to put them in a position to do so. And I know Phil Jackson did that in a great way. I take my concept of that, where in terms of like musicians, it's like, I might not have to tell my band exactly what to do, especially when we're in like, fast break mode. But I can tell that if something's off, what I have to do to get it back on, and it's normally not even X's and O's. It's not like, hey man, you need to tune up, or hey man, you need to, change your cymbals. And it's not that stuff. It's like, it's like, hey man, like, yo, let's go outside and like get some air and let's go listen to X, Y, or Z, and it's like, oh, that's the perception. Oh, now we can play, And I think Phil Jackson had that component. So
if you're Phil Jackson, who would be the Dennis Rodman you'd have to like have him go to the titty bar or the Vegas and had to come back and now he's doing better again?
Musician or basketball player?
A musician. Like, who's that in your band? Like, who's your Dennis Rodman where sometimes you just have to like fine tune the tweak to get him back into the mojo again?
In my band? I hope they don't see this.
Call him out, Cory. Call him out. Let him know.
In my band, who do we see? Most of the people in my band they don't have Dennis Rodman energy in terms of go crazy, but maybe they do. So I'm probably going to go with Tayron Lockett or Uncle Reed.
You hear that? Well, and that's the thing. Like, that was the best thing. Phil Jackson understood Rodman. A lot of people shooed him away. And
my bad. I'm sorry, my boy Adam Agati, because Uncle Reed is not that. Adam Agati, but it's a little bit.
Well, it's fucking awesome. Well, Cory Henry, this has been a pleasure, bro. Thank you. I'm loving it.
That's a good question. You got me thinking, like, who's the Dennis Rodman in this band? I'm gonna tell Lockett.
Who's the guy that you don't want to tell is the GOAT in your band?
Huh?
Who's the guy that you do not want to tell him that he's the GOAT, but he's the GOAT?
I don't want to tell him. I don't know, man. I feel like they all. Probably Sheree Reed or Nicholas Simrat. Simrat. He's just great. Like what Simrat does with the keyboards in terms of sonic value is just insane. And there's no keyboard players like him. So
you still get inspired by these guys?
Which guys?
Your boys.
In my band?
Yeah.
Every day. Every time. Almost every time we're playing together, I'm just like, wow, I'm currently out with, right now, my trio, which is just me and Lockett and my boy Josh Easley's on bass. And watching Lockett play some of this other stuff, because we're normally playing 4 on the floor in this party, which he just kills. Yeah, he's like a Shaq to me. He just wants to be in the paint. He doesn't want to take no threes. He just wants to be in the paint. But we kind of open it up and playing some of the jazz stuff and some of the fusion stuff and some of this other stuff. And he brought some splashes out. And I, in the sound check, I was like, what you doing with these splashes, man? These little symbols, what the hell? What's going on? But the way he's playing these splashes, especially when he goes into solo mode, it's like, wow. I'll be looking at him like, damn, like, that's incredible, you know? And, I feel like that about each one of my band members that play with me, Uncle Reed, my boy Josh, Simrat, Sharky, the girls,
Do you like playing naked as a 3-piece?
Say what?
You like playing naked like that as a 3-piece?
What you mean?
Just, just a smaller, like a 3-piece band. You don't have as much filler, so like you could see the mistakes or feel the mistakes. It's not, you can't feel it as much. You like it?
Oh, it has its place. I like it. Do I like playing with my big band more? Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's a party, dude.
It's a party, and I don't play much keyboards, anymore. Over the last few years, I've been transitioned my mind and my whole musical career to be a singer. So the fact that I'm front manning and being a singer, when I get back into these situations at the trio, I'm like, oh, I can play, and I can't get the keyboards to do the things I wanted to do or change the chords on the fly, because I have the entire harmonic value, in my finger. Nobody's no guitar player, nobody else playing, in my lane. So, right now I love it. Right now I'm having a great time. But I can't wait till, when I see you and, these festivals.
It's going down.
Be on, you'll see Simrat and everybody else. And I'll be in my glory where I could just dance around.
You like being a front man?
Absolutely.
Is it fun to you?
I think I like being a singer and a front man more than I like playing keyboards now.
Let's fucking go, dude. Oh, this is going to be scary, dude. If you like this and you're going to get really good at it, and you're already good, but you're going to get really fucking good at it, Watch the fuck out, dude. I'm stoked for this, dude. Cory Henry, let's go, dude. I'm clapping it up for you. Let's fucking go, dude. You go get it. Get all those fucking dreams. Go get every single one, Cory. Go out there. Go fuck shit up for me, okay, bud?
Yes, I will. I'll do the best I can, Andy.
All right, buddy. Well, nice to meet you. I'll see you at Bonnaroo. Let's have a great time. I'll see you at summer camp. I'll see you everywhere. But have fun in Japan, and go Bill Murray on me and go Lost in Translation for me. Go out there. And just get out there.
Crazy, man. It's about to be a beautiful summer, man. We're gonna have a lot of the shop again.
Make sure you're taking care of yourself too, bro.
Absolutely. But drink a gallon of water.
Go do it, brother. Have a great day. Cory Henry. Cheers, bro. I'm having a tiff with Nick McDaniels too. We need to get him on this.
I'm on your side in this one.
We're going to talk about this. This is propaganda. This is communism as well.
Everything's communism. We're being censored. We're being censored by the federal fucking government.
Okay, I'm going to preference this.
What?
Nick has been starting this rumor.
Not me. Real Nick.
Nick McDaniels, one of my best friends for Big
Real
Something.
Nick. Can we call him Real Nick?
Yeah.
And I'm just Nick.
Get on this Zoom right now.
Okay, before he answers, I want to. I am on your side in this, but I'm on his side in this and that. I do love a good bit. I love a good bit, man.
This is getting too out of hand. Now, like, everyone's in my DM saying, I'm going to bring you mids to Bonnaroo. So, if people who don't know, Nick McDaniels has started this rumor that I smoke mids. If you don't know what mids are,
it's regular weed.
It's regular weed, which is fucking bullshit.
First of all,
because we are sponsored by one of the best weed companies, Dialed In Gummies.
Yeah. And
to call them mids,
they're actually the best. They have multiple awards.
Is a disrespect. So
let's do the whole plug right now.
Yeah. Tell them about it. I'm going to get Nick on this fucking Zoom right now.
They're the cleanest gummies on the planet.
Right.
I love to eat gummies. They knock me out every night, give me a full night's sleep, and I am an insomniac. And then I wake up and I feel there's still a little tinge of it left, and I feel so good all day. And then, what? They're solventless. They win awards every time. It's just like the cleanest, best gummy there is.
The coolest thing about it is, like, they might be collaborating with your favorite growers.
They probably are, actually.
They probably are. They're making gummies of your favorite weed.
You know why they are? You know why they are? Because it's not fucking mids.
Yeah, it's not fucking mids, Nick. You better answer. Oh, I swear to God, he better.
Hillbilly, North Carolina.
Oh, my God. Right. Okay, he just read it, so...
Oh, I'm busy right now. I'm planning my festival. The big what?
The big... Oh, he's on. He's got it. He's in it. Go get him.
First of all, classist.
Fucking
very
mids.
classist of them.
Yeah. How?
Classist prick. I'm going to call him that, and then you can start asking him.
Yep.
Questions.
Let's find... Nick, you're on the podcast. We need to talk this over.
Nice serial killer bedroom you got there.
What are you doing over there?
Jesus. It's my living room.
Even worse.
It's sterile. Nick.
You classist fuck.
Is this a trap?
Yes.
Did I just get trapped?
Dude.
This was a trap.
Over here being Kim Jong-un over here of the jam scene. Jesus Christ. Nick, this has gone far, far too long. And for you to call me smoking mids, now your whole fan base knows. And now people in the scene are in my DMs, Nicholas.
This is cult activity.
This is cult activity. And I want you to explain your reasoning of this, and then we'll discuss mine. Nick?
Great bit, by the way.
I didn't start this.
You didn't start it. You're standing in front of 2,000 people chanting it, and you're the one
Frasco smokes mids. Frasco smokes mids.
He's got a spotlight on him, holding a microphone, pumping his fist. I didn't start it. Mussolini's like, I didn't start socialism.
I didn't start it, but yeah, I did. I did take it and run with it.
Nick, you're my boy. I know how much I hype you up. I tell everyone you have a 13-inch dong. I tell everyone your fucking cock is huge. And you're out here saying, I smoke fucking mids.
Talk about propaganda.
What the fuck?
You don't have to cover your mouth. We're not in the room
Nick,
with you.
Tell me, what's up? Now we need to make shirts. Now we need to clear the air. Do I smoke mids?
These are people on the internet doing this, man.
You're on the internet. You're on the internet right now. This is the internet. We're on the internet. This is a podcast.
Buddy,
we heard that you were talking about me at
Rooster Walk the night I didn't hear
before.
this layer.
You know what I was saying?
You were talking about me on stage at Rooster Walk the night before.
What'd he say?
I had to get you back the next night.
I
basically, is how it went.
You know what? That's what love is.
What'd you say about?
See that, Nick?
This is not what love is.
It's our little faux beef, you know.
This is our little. It's our. This is like Tupac and Biggie of the jam scene. Okay, it's big something.
Right.
Everything.
Can you edit me out of this part? So it's just the couch when he says that? I don't want to be around anyone when they say that about themselves.
How was your weekend, Nick? Your shows look killer.
It was awesome. It was really good.
That's great. Yeah. I'm glad your career is going well.
How's the other Nick's career doing? No, it looked like Rooster Rock was slamming. And did you guys do summer camp the night before us too?
Yeah, we were like bouncing around each other. Summer camp on Saturday. We had Taz sit in. It was sick.
Yeah, that's fucking badass. Taz is the shit. Isn't it crazy how old he's getting?
How old is he?
I know. He's huge
45?
too. He's so tall.
He's so tall.
Oh, isn't he like 6'5"?
He might, I can't say that because I don't want to be like a pedophile, but he might be in the hotness, in the hot rush. Mount
well,
Rushmore.
You wouldn't technically be a pedophile. He's only he's over 18.
But we're old as fuck, Nick.
It's still not a pedophile, legally, but you're a weirdo.
This is a great opening segment. Yo, go get your girlfriend in here. Where's she at?
She names the 4 other guys in Big Something.
Besides Nick.
Yeah.
Hey, Bree.
Ooh, hey.
Look at Nick's beautiful girlfriend. Let's go. What's up, Queen? Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Okay,
We're baking.
You're
We're
baking?
baking over here.
Oh,
Yep.
you guys are cute.
Wholesome.
Day off, wholesome shit. We're talking about hot dudes, and you're just baking. Okay, we got.
I'm such a piece of shit compared to him.
God, you're always so good.
How? Yeah, I should change my name.
You are just such a sweet dude, Nick. Really.
Well, to ask her the question.
All right, 4 hot dudes. Tell her.
What does she
her.
think?
Man, I'm going through all the bands right now. Who do we got?
I bet she has 3 locked and loaded.
Chris Myers. Chris Myers is a good looking dude.
I can see it.
He's ripped.
Yeah. All the dudes in Humphreys are nice looking fellows.
This episode has been Humphreys propaganda.
God.
This is like everyone, even Stacey's like, oh, Joel Cummins. You're saying Chris Myers.
And he is. The thing is, they're right.
What
They're all
about
right.
Bayless? No one's talking about Bayless?
He's hot.
He's hot. He's got like a dad hot to him.
Yeah, they're not like, he's more like handsome.
All right, we're wasting. He's his only day off.
I
All
want
right,
to hear
Nick.
what his girlfriend said, because I bet she has 3 like locked and loaded.
No.
You're not trying to break him up
Not
today?
trying to break him up today. Nick, we love you. Thanks for being on the show. We just had to clear a couple things out that I, 1, do not smoke mids. 2, I fucking love you. And 3, that's it. That's all. I love it, and I don't smoke mids. All right, thank you for being part of the show.
Who we call next? Let's call someone
Love
else.
Love you, bud.
Love you, bud. Have a great day. Send me a picture of the cookies so I can post them.
I will.
All right. Look at this. Look at this nice fucking genuine dude.
I don't think I should be named Nick anymore.
Later, bud. Love you.
He's such a better person than me.
He's such a good dude.
Shut up.
He's like my mom's dream son.
All right. Bye, Nick. We gotta close the show. I love you.
Bye. Love you.
All right. Wow. What a star-studded event.
We should call more people in the closing.
Yeah, we will.
Call Greg and ask him about the power going out.
I love it. All right, guys. Have a good one. Have a great day. It's going to be a great week. I could feel it. It's Tuesday, and I hope you guys just fill it with everything you want to do. And if you have to do shit you don't want to do, just take a step back and say, I'll do this, and then I get back to what I really want to do. Right, buddy?
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment.
And I'm going
back to Cali. No,
I'm going to Boston for the finals.
Yeah, another
Game 3, baby.
Another quick vacation between tours.
It ain't a quick vacation. I'm working.
I'm just kidding.
I am on vacation again. Fuck. All right. Goodbye.